Welcome to Las Vegas, home to the UNLV Rebels. Memphis will kick it off to get us underway. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So UNLV's offense will have the football first. Jesse, we don't get many of these types of runners anymore, it seems, but this offense is built around a guy who can carry the ball 30, 40 times if they need it.
And he is every defensive coordinator's nightmare because it's only a matter of time with this guy before he's going to break the long run. He has incredible vision. He can cut, and it's the game-breaking speed, David, that makes him truly unique.
Yeah, and he sets the tone, man. More guys are going to be committed to stopping him in the run game. It sets the tone for the offense. It opens up everything else. It starts and ends with him.
They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Bringing it back, and he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis.
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. He's got it. He can take this back for 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. He has the first and still on his feet. Oh, out of space. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Rebels.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
7, Memphis 6.
He'll bring it out. It's Bussy. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So Memphis offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one, Dave.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play action.
There he goes. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. You can win a lot of trivia challenges if you ask how long has it been since Memphis had a losing season. They've reeled off 11 straight winning campaigns, and Ryan Silverfield does it without big-time recruits.
No, but he has got great balance on offense. Very, very creative on that side of the football. And over the years, whoever's been the head coach and play caller, that's one thing they've seemed to do. They're a very, very tough out here in Europe.
An explosive offense. That's what you always expect. No matter who plays, come and go, these offenses are always fun to watch, high-flying, and put up a bunch of points.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Lewis to throw. On the move and looking deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it. And sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge. The defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense.
UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. We got a tight one early, and they go back on the attack, holding a 7-6 lead. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence, everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off and build, right? Because you started with preseason, and you start with getting into the year, and now you're starting to build and build and build and build that momentum. Getting a win against a really good team, finding out who you are, can set the tone for your season.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Tigers come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Powers through the defender. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen. Break.
Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To the ground with the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Let's talk for just a minute here about UNLV and what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the two top teams in the conference. These might be two of the better teams in the entire country. These two teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead, but this is a matchup, regardless of whether...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. We expected points. We've gotten some early, up 13-7 as they go back on the attack. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Lewis wants to pass. Quickly complete. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Memphis. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread, don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches, so he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Penn State is ahead early in Happy Valley, but that's not exactly Saquon out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over the Judicials. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And out, lots of running room. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Fires to the big fella. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Makes the grab. A couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
This is why he's the quarterback leading his team, because he can do things like that, the unscripted stuff, and by times.
There he goes. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. The inside handoff. Not finding any running room. I think that loss is going to give back what they gained on the previous play, and now it's 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Quickly complete.
On 3rd down was complete. Marked out of bounds at the 38. Offense facing 4th down.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field, gets the defense off guard.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gives it on the option. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Now on the option. Quick toss. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Great job by the back on the option.
Way to make a split-second decision by that quarterback. He sees this defender commit. Boom. Hits the ball. Not only hits the ball, on target. So now the running back can catch it. He didn't have to reach behind him. He didn't have to reach in front of him. Caught it. He did the rest. Turned on the Jets. Got to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Lewis to throw. Using the quick game. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Spins away from the defender. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. Nice move there. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. It's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Memphis wants to move quickly.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
To the air on first down. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next 3rd down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. The give to the tailback. Oh, what a cut! They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but in the end, it's still a negative play, tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Makes the grab on the left. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And that is no good. The lead is still 6 after the miss.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
Makes the catch. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Tempo and overdrive. Back to throw, it's Orji. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. Listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays, but he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And here comes the field goal unit. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Guys, still a 6-point game, but a missed opportunity.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. To the air, it's Orchie. Unloads it left. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Rebels decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage and reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
In most instances, I would say really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think he'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Got it in the middle. It's Cross. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Lewis wants to pass. Slings it downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Number 1.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Waning seconds of the 1st half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he's got it at the 30. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And the Rebels will kick it off to start the second half.
UNLV 14.
Coming out with it, it's Bussey. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it down the left. Off and running. The 30. Wide open space. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Memphis. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
I like it. You're backed up towards the end zone, and you go aggressive and spin the football, try to make the big play, and do they ever. 90-plus yards to the house. Who needs space? I'll take 6.
He'll start the return inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Offense in an empty set. Looking downfield, it's Calandria. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
From the gun, the ground game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, running back on the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. Always want to pile on those points for hand guys, but you have a 20-point lead, life is good. First play of this drive comes from the 27. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Finds the tight end. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Rebels will hustle to the line. Back to throw, it's Calandria. Caught behind the line, it's Thomas. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He lobs one high down the left side. intercepted. That's why you do the tip drill.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Shakes off the defender. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got a man, it's Smith. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game.
It's a seam wide open, ripping through the defense. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Lewis to throw. It's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll send the tight end in motion. The give from the gun. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. The Tigers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On third and short, the power run here. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
14.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw on first down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Looking to throw on first down. Steps away. Got room to work. He's loose. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
This time it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Dropping back, it's Galandria. They'll run the screen. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, UNLV. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Wants to go up top. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. This lead that they've been working with is dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. They'll move the tight end. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the gun. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3.
37, UNLV, 22.
With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Lewis wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? Memphis will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Quick screen to the speedster out wide.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Spits it out to the back. Grabbed on the outside, it's Thomas. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It comes. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Now, a 4th down.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Give to the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Tigers are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Tight end now in motion. Lewis to throw. grabbed over the middle. It's Cross. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the field goal unit is going to give it another try. The old college try. Just keep kicking. Surely one will go in. He slides that just inside the right upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And every time he gets brought down, everybody kind of gasps for a second, because you're already on quarterback number 2, and you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright and the least amount of hits as possible, because you definitely don't want to go to QB number 3.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. This offense has it with really good field position. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Brought down after the catch at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Memphis heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Lewis wants to pass. Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Memphis, 47, UNLV, 22.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Zings it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. Great place to start for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun to give, looking for room.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Encroachment defense.
Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. And at this point on the field, I mean, I guess why not try to guess the snap count? Defense gets caught, still 1st and goal. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, looking for the score. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. They send the tight end in motion. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Close to the end zone, and the ball's out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Calandria. Got out of trouble and throws. Fires to the big fella. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's the pressure. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. They go to the wide receiver screen. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Thomas. Turning it on. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Looking downfield on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and, David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.